Yes, sir.
Welcome to episode 35 of Rapid Rants. We're a couple hosts short today. We might have a couple people join in later, but you're stuck with Blaze and I today. We're going to be talking about everything from Trump bringing the Tates back to the States, which is bars. I noted that in the description. I just want you to know that. Okay, thank you. And then, flying cars coming out this year. That's a thing. Let's get started. This first video is about kind of like the abuse of mental health awareness that's going on. And bro, this woman cooks. This whole video, she's just preaching.
Mental health awareness it's at an all-time high, and that is great. But some of these trends, they are making people worse, not better. Let's talk about it, because I got three that's top of mind. The first one is turning labels into identity. Labels were meant to be for understanding, not a personality, but today people are branding themselves with their diagnosis. And even when you think about, like, I have ADHD, so I can't focus. I have an anxious attachment, so I can't trust people. Instead of working through things, people are actually using the labels to justify staying the same. And in some cases, like, using it to weaponize, like, some of their relationships. The second one is, and I'll keep saying it, pathologizing normal life struggles. Not every challenge is trauma. Not every difficult person is a narcissist. Not every workplace is toxic just because you don't like your boss. Life is hard sometimes. That doesn't mean it's harming you. But when you pathologize normal struggles, you rob yourself of the ability to actually navigate them. And then the third one is this obsession with feeling seen, heard, and validated. At some point, we stopped striving for growth and we just started chasing external validation. The need to be constantly seen, heard, and understood has become an emotional crutch. Here's the truth. Not everyone will understand you. Not everyone will validate you. And that's not a threat to your well-being. The obsession with external validation is keeping people emotionally fragile instead of teaching them how to stand firm in who they are, even when no one claps for them. And I know that I said three, but here's a bonus one, because what the hell is even a safe place? Life doesn't come with trigger warnings. Growth requires friction. If you constantly need environments that cater to your emotions, you're not building mental strength. You're building dependence. True safety comes from knowing you can handle yourself in any space, not just the ones that feel good. Mental health should strengthen you, not weaken your ability to handle and or engage with life. Okay?
Man, say it louder for the people in the back.
That's what I'm saying, bro. Like, I've never heard it put so concisely, so low in my life.
These are feelings that I've felt inside, but it was like, I got to be sensitive because these people are, forget that. You feel me? What she said was so right, bro. It's like, why are you making this thing a negative and having it hold you down? That's why everyone with the I have lupus, and people just expect the lupus to be this weakness, this thing. Oh, you need to rebuke lupus and don't speak that in it. I have lupus. I feel so much stronger because with lupus, there's a thing. It's like, I'm not lazy. I have lupus. It's actually saying there's shirts. It's a popular saying.
Wow.
And with having lupus, I've struggled with this for the last 4 years, no matter what it is. Sign on to the podcast. Oh, wake up in the morning. Oh, there's always this looming, God, I don't feel like doing that. I fight and I beat that battle every single day, and that makes me so much stronger of a freaking person. So I feel like lupus is like, when they say lupus warrior, yes, bro. These people are these freaking, it kills me, bro.
You're one of the most productive people I know. Like, that's crazy that's the stereotype for lupus.
Yeah.
I mean, you're always doing something. There's not a time of any day where I reach out to you and you're not in the middle of something, bro. Like, man, you're involved in so much.
It's like 95% of everything I do. It's always a battle to even want to do it. I have to immediately, I get rid of it, but it's always there. no
Wow,
matter
that's
what.
crazy. You should be proud of yourself for that, for real.
Yeah, bro.
Like that's an accomplishment.
That's why I have no pity for these people who got
Yeah.
situations and they just, she was on the money.
Yep. No, and I mean, I have similar experience, not with like a physical disease, but
Mm-mm.
you know, I have I dealt with PTSD after my previous relationship. Like it was real bad for a long time, and I would have flashbacks, I would have anxiety attacks, I would freak out, out of nowhere, just things would come
Yeah.
up. But I never like that was never part of who I was. That was just what
Yes.
I was going through at that time. And I don't have those things anymore. I don't have those feelings anymore. I don't have panic attacks. I don't have flashbacks. I beat it. And I'm proud of that. You know, I was a person dealing with PTSD. I was not PTSD. You know
Exactly.
what I mean? I have ADHD and I was on meds for it for a long time. And man, like, trust me, if I lost my insurance and I had to come off of them, if I could get back on them, I would in a heartbeat. But that was in the middle of me doing the interview podcast when I lost my meds. I thought when I first found out I wasn't going to have them anymore, I was like, there's no way. There's no way I can keep doing that. I mean, I'm be sitting in interviews like, look at that fly up there. You know what I mean? Like, but I beat through. I fought my way through it. I forced myself to sit down and edit and to stay focused. And stay editing. You know, there are so many people that really ADHD is like a huge characteristic of what they consider as their personality.
Exactly.
And it doesn't need to be. You have this thing, so deal with it. Figure it out. Do better.
Exactly.
You know?
Yes, that's funny.
my camera lost focus.
I was like,
my camera legit lost focus when I was talking about ADHD.
That's a clip.
It's awesome. It's awesome.
That's a clip. Yeah, but I'm so glad I'm sharing. I'm just gonna go to that video and just share that video out because there's so many people just limiting themselves because of this.
Yeah, 100%.
Such a good freaking topic.
Yes, sir. Oh man, and the Tate boys are coming home, man.
Some big news right now. After the Trump administration put pressure on Romania, Andrew Tate and his brother are currently en route, left the country of Romania, despite the fact that they currently have pending rape and sex trafficking charges. The Tates are formally charged with forming a criminal gang in Romania to sexually exploit women. And up until today, there was a ban on their travel leaving the country of Romania during the pendency of their legal proceedings, while the Trump administration had been working behind the scenes to intervene and allow these right-wing influencers to leave Romania. The Tates are avid supporters of Donald Trump, boast millions of online followers, and are currently on a plane from Romania to Florida because they support Trump, and in exchange, it looks as though the Trump administration put pressure on the Romanians to release them, at least during their criminal case is pending.
Why?
I don't have words. It's like, this is what it feels like. I know it's not this, but this is what it feels like. Trump is, what can I do to fuck up the country today? It's what it feels like.
Or just piss people off.
Yeah, like that's what it is. What can I do to piss people off today? Why?
Yep.
What good does this do?
Well, look, he's trying to get as many billionaires in this country as he can. I don't know if you heard about the gold card that he released.
Yep.
That it costs $5 million and you basically get automatic citizenship. There's reasoning behind it. I saw another video explaining that, like, basically if we bring all of these people here, they pay the $5 million and then they have to employ 5 other people. When they come here, the money that they would bring, we would be able to wipe our national debt. So I understand the reasoning behind it, but it's just like, first of all, it's poor timing, bro. Like, you can't be having ICE raids across the entire country, kicking thousands of people out, and then start a thing saying, hey, we want more people here.
It makes no sense. And it's because it's criminals. There are so many people who have been deported that aren't criminals. So, I've done research and I've been wanting to do an article, but I'm like, certain fights I feel like ain't worth fighting.
Yeah.
Where I was talking about the nationality of the immigrants, and less than 10%, and somebody can fact check me, but less than 10% of them have been European, or what, they all have been either Spanish or black, whether they're Haitian or wherever, but 10%, less than 10% of European descent. So it's
That's crazy. That's crazy. I mean, and then the Tates, bro, like Andrew Tate is the definition of a toxic male. There's everything that he stands for, everything that he believes is so insulting to like the growth that we have accomplished as a society.
Yes.
And to bring him back with these, I mean, nightmarish charges. He started an organization to exploit women. Like, that's sex trafficking, bro. Let's not mince words.
Exactly.
That's what him and his brother have been doing. They got caught. They were being charged, and we step in and bring them back. Like, there's no benefit to Andrew Tate being in America. Even the governor of Florida made a press conference saying, no, they're not welcome here. We're trying to see what we can do to stop them from being able to enter our state.
This only helps him have some other people who support him. It's like he's bringing a bunch of his supporters in. I truly believe that he is trying to figure out a way to serve another term.
Oh, for sure. Oh, well, no, that's already in motion. Congress already has a bill to give him a third term. I mean, it's getting scary. Like, it's feeling very dystopian, more and more dystopian every single day.
My mom said, she's like, it could just be conspiracy theorizing, but she feels like his agenda is to set us back to do something to where it's not going to make, black people and colored people people of color like slaves or whatever again. But right now, people are like, oh, whites are now the minority. They want to make it back to where we're permanently considered the minority. And I'm like, yes, it's wild, but
I think more so than boiling down to race, I think it's going to boil down to finances. I think he's trying to just make it, it's going to be like, you think the wage gap is big now. There's going to, the middle class already gone. It's going to be completely.
Yeah.
All right. Juan's trying to come in. Let me,
I got him.
You got him? Okay.
I didn't mean to make the thing public. Y'all didn't need to see the link working. Rapid Rants, baby. Full transparency, people. Full transparency.
We'll bring everybody on.
Come on. That's what we do. Just come on in.
All right. I'm trying to wait for him to run the next topic.
Hi. Shout out to everybody that's on and watching. We appreciate you guys.
Yes, sir.
Rapid Rants podcast. It's about to be all nothing but the fellas.
Holy boy!
I love it.
So, I'm just letting you know I'm on my lunch break right now, which I don't really need one because, I got lunch for like 4 years in my belly. But I decided that I want to show that I am a working man and I still have my beard mask and my hairnet on.
That's right.
Okay?
That's right. He's a man of the people, ladies and gentlemen.
That's right. I am the man of the people. Just don't ask me for any hot dogs and stuff like that. I don't give them out for free.
Yeah, but you work at Costco, bro. Them hot dogs are bussin', bro.
What?
They $2 too.
And if you haven't had a chicken bake, I highly recommend it.
Okay. Let's run the next topic.
All right, where we at?
Spotify is casually rolling out this deluxe super premium tier. And as I was reading this article today, it goes, well, what comes with this new deluxe tier is going to be high quality audio. Okay, cool. That's fine. But then also this ability for users to remix your music on Spotify. And as I'm reading, it goes, well, music distributors are just going to update their terms so that you as the artist just agree to this. And that's how your music is going to be remixed on Spotify. And I go, for me as a music creator, I'm not giving permission for someone to go and remix my music with someone else's song. And if this is the case, that these music distributors are just going to update their terms of service because you happen to have signed them, I don't know, a decade ago, a year ago, 6 months ago, we're going to take a real problem with that. Someone's ability to remix your music without your consent or accidental consent is not okay. And I don't know if they just dropped essentially a huge bombshell that has all kinds of legal implications, but you better believe I'm going to be covering it.
Like,
I don't, man.
It's like you picked some great topics today because every single person outside of the lady talking about mental health, well, for her it was the people she was talking about. Everybody just wants to piss me off today. Like Spotify, man. Like, I just want to figure out who came up with the idea to think this
is that
fair.
even legal?
You know, what would be a great idea? Let's allow people to get their song remixed and all. They signed up with us, so that's them in their agreement. Like, what?
But that can't be legal.
I mean, hey, you signed the contract and they updated the contract and they sent you an email and you didn't get out of the contract, so it's legal. You know,
Yeah,
I mean,
it's the same as the Disney Plus thing.
I was just thinking that. I was just
same as the
thinking
Disney
that.
Plus thing. There's a couple who his wife, died from a food allergy or whatever.
Mhm.
They tried to sue them, but because they had
They signed up
to
for
Disney
a free
Plus.
trial of Disney Plus.
Yeah, because they signed up for a free trial of Disney Plus. There's in the fine print that says you can't sue Disney. And that
It's
was their
crazy.
loophole, and they couldn't do anything about it.
So
These son of a monkeys.
Yeah, that's why
Are
you have to
you
read
serious?
everything. Yeah, that's why you have to read everything.
the thing about the Spotify though is like I've never seen a company treat the people that their entire platform is built by so terribly.
It's
Yes.
horrible.
There's no one without the artist, without even the independent artist. Like, yes, the major label artist is the biggest part of Spotify, but even with the independent artists, without them, they're nothing. I mean, look,
What's crazy is there are almost 80% of the music on Spotify are independent artists.
yes.
Now, that 20% are bringing in the most people, obviously, but as far as your data, as far as it's more of you're getting more from independent artists. So why not treat them better? I don't understand.
I don't get that. It makes no sense. And not for nothing, like you have Joe Rogan that probably brings about 90% of the people in anyways that's on Spotify, and he makes half of the money on there. So is that going to affect him too? Are they going to remix his podcast while they're at it?
I don't know.
I'm just saying,
Yeah.
like they can touch his stuff too, right? It can't just be only the independent artists.
Well, they want it for musicians. They're making it aiming it at musicians. They already pay them 0.0004. And what a lot of people don't understand is they don't just pay you 0.0004. It's 30% of that is what you get.
Hold up, wait a minute. Wait. What?
Yes. It's 30% of 0.00.
I'm also curious of like, all right, so it's going to allow its users to remix these songs. How? Like, what the logistics behind that, the technicality,
Exactly.
like, is it going to have like some BandLab type editing software attached to it?
Yeah.
You can bring these songs in and separate the vocals and the instrumental.
Exactly.
Or you
That's
can
gonna be
download it.
interesting
Like, there's
how
so
that's
many
gonna work.
questions.
Exactly. Like imagine someone who has a song that's dedicated to their freaking uncle that just passed away or something, and somebody remix it and makes it a strip club song. You know what I'm saying? Like, I just think of all the emotional situations.
I think I'm gonna take my song off of there now. Last thing I want is somebody to turn it into some sort of Fight Club song, and it's called Fighting.
Bro, that's what I'm saying. They can take
Like, "I'll keep on fighting!" There it is, done.
That's what I'm saying. And imagine that person who takes, something that's so sentimental to you or whatever, and they go viral, and now everyone knows that
song, that version of it, not you. And I mean, I was going to bring up devil's advocate. Is there any benefit to it? If something does go big and it's your song, does that benefit you? Spotify, you won't see any money out of it, but maybe you could see following increase or something.
So they can remix and you still don't get anything out of it?
Once it woo,
Okay.
conversation's over, but it's a wrap. No more of this.
Hey, here we go, man. Flying Cars 2025.
I've been waiting for this one.
Which one is this one?
It's not CGI.
How to watch this.
a flying car. That's a car?
Yeah.
Well, maybe the future the Jetsons predicted isn't too far off. After all, Aleph, a Northern California-based aviation company, showed off its flying car at the Silicon Valley Auto Show this past weekend. Boy, look at that. The car is 100% electric. The company says they ran a successful test flight in a city this month and have nearly 3,000 pre-orders.
One more function which none of the cars here have. It can actually vertically take off and fly forward.
The car costs a steep $300,000. Production is set to begin at the end of this year or early 2026 if all goes according to plan.
300K.
Did he say $300,000?
Do you know how many of these rappers?
Bro, no, they got to do more work on that car before they ask 300K. Like that thing sounded like it's got like 10 drones under it. And it's like that. That's no, bro.
Yeah,
like,
they got to find a way to make because
Bro,
nobody getting
300,000 can get you a house for a family of 4.
or a car. No, 4.
Or I could barely fit in that thing. Did you look at that? It looks like E.T. phone home. No, I'm not doing that.
Flying like that.
For real, bro.
Yeah, exactly.
Hey, remember that whole taxi thing with the big chick, the one that sued the Uber?
Yep.
Can you imagine her sitting on that thing and it's like flying
It wouldn't go-
sideways?
it wouldn't. No, let me stop. I'm not doing it. Not doing it. Almost got canceled. On my plead the fifth.
Whatever. I'm being honest. I'm
And
just
also,
saying.
like, all right, how's traffic gonna work? Like when there's LA will have the first problem where there's so many flying cars
Yeah.
that, and then
We
with
just-
traffic lights and how high are you supposed to fly? Like
We just
if
got to
you're-
talk to Dr. Brown right now, Doc Brown, and see what he said.
Yeah, we have to figure out what is like these are all the questions that come. Yeah, it's so cool that we're gonna have flying cars, but what are the limitations? You know what I mean? What are the the parameters like you said, traffic? How is that going to work? How high are they supposed to go? Imagine an accident.
oh my god!
It's
oh
electric.
my god!
We get hit with imagine freaking whole bunch of cars flying over a school zone. EMP hits, they all fall to the ground.
Or
The
I mean,
Revelation,
so
the book
if
of
you-
Revelations just came to life.
If 2 flying
Fireballs.
cars are above a road and they get in an accident and they fall, now they're gonna fall on top
of other
of
cars.
other cars. That's a good point. What happened?
Yeah.
I can't do that. I can't. First of all, I'm afraid of heights. Let me start that way. Secondly, I can't fit in that little thing. And thirdly, I can't see myself to go up there and like maybe accidentally just hit something and fall right
Exactly.
back down. Nah, bro, that ain't happening.
Yeah, it's scary
I
to
can't.
just think about. Just think like it's a cool thought, it's like, oh, it's a flying car, and that's but who you gonna get behind the wheel? It's gonna
Not to mention the Cybertruck has been recalled something like 68 times, and this is an electric vehicle on the ground. What happens when we have issues with the first flying cars, which are inevitable to have
No.
recalls? I mean, the propellers stop working and you fall out of the sky like that.
Yeah.
You got 10, 15 years before I even step foot near one of those.
I'll never
Yeah.
step foot in those things.
yeah. I think this
No.
is gonna be one of the things that I may never experience in my life.
No, not
I'm
me.
good.
I ain't know.
Not
I'm not
bungee
doing that.
jumping. Not
Nope.
bungee jumping. I'm not riding in a flying car. I am good.
Juan, you were talking about you're afraid of heights, and man, like I never was until I turned 30. I don't know what happened when I turned 30, but I climbed a ladder for the first time after turning 30, and I looked down, and I was shaking, like my stomach sank. I looked at, I just saw. Oh, maybe it's because I heal slower now. Like if I fell in my 20s, I heal up, I'll be all right. But if I fall now, bro, I'm out
Yeah.
of commission for 6 months.
Man,
Listen,
I literally
That's the same with me. I literally, when I turned 30 years old, at around 30, that's when I started feeling some type of way about going on roller coasters and all that
Yeah.
stuff. So I'm like, right now I have a problem even getting inside of a Tesla because it can drive by itself. What makes you think I'm getting inside a car that can fly up? And what if that thing flies on its own and just throws me into space or
exactly.
something?
Somebody can
Like,
hack the
seriously,
car. Like
no,
someone hacks the car.
I'm not doing that. But
Ain't no jumping out of it. You're like,
hey, gotta go. The thing went
You're
off.
right.
Gotta go.
All right, this next one, bro. I think it's cultural appropriation. I'm real curious to see what y'all think.
Okay.
Recently, Afro hairstyles have grown in popularity in Japan. A subculture known as B-style emerged, where young Japanese individuals adopted elements of black culture, including Afro hairstyles, to emulate their favorite American rappers. This trend involved darkening their skin and wearing various black braiding hairstyles, such as cornrows. In recent years, there has been a resurgence of interest in Afro hairstyles among Japanese men. Afro perms have become a popular trend, with specialized barbers offering this unique hairstyle. Additionally, platforms have seen a significant number of posts under hashtags related to Afro hair in Japan, indicating a growing interest and appreciation for these styles within the Japanese community.
I'm definitely going to go first because
Go
I'm
ahead.
of said
And
community.
it's appropriate. Go ahead.
Yes, I'm of said community. So number one, I appreciate it. That's one. I do. I don't see it as, oh, they're trying to be like us. Thank you for honoring us and rocking the styles and making them look good. I appreciate that. Number two, even if I didn't appreciate it, and I speak for all black men, and I don't care how you tough you guys think you are. We ain't running up on nobody that learned how to karate kick at 2 years old. We're good. Bruce Lee, you can have it, bro. I don't care. So we have no problem. We're straight. I speak for the community.
Too scared to dislike it, bro.
I'm good. What's the problem?
I think for me is I'm a barber. I cut hair too. So the trends are always changing, right?
Yeah.
I think for me, when it came down to cutting hair, Asian hair was probably one of the hardest hair to cut, next to coarse hair. Okay, because both of them are tough. Now you want to add that element to your hair and make my job difficult?
I think it may make your job easier because I feel like
it's not. It's hard enough to cut their hair, and then you want to add that element to it. Nah, brother.
But you mean if you had to be the one to add it?
Yeah.
Oh yeah. Well, do you go to school for it? Like,
so the hair is one thing, but what do you think about the fact that they're darkening their skin?
I didn't even notice that.
That's a little.
That's a little too far, right? Like,
I mean, I'm not gonna say too far because still I can get roundhouse kicked in the face. I'm just gonna say it's questionable.
Can we call that like? Can we call that black mask?
Like blackface?
Yo,
like,
blackface?
No, yeah, like I don't know. That's what I'm saying.
I mean, this is a legit question
because what they're doing is they appreciate the style so much and they think it's cool, so they want to, they want to imitate it. There are some people that are like, oh, we've been enslaved for however many years, and you shouldn't try to be. So I can understand the people who feel that way, and I don't mean to offend you. I promise you, but it's like at the end of the day, it's I don't see it as a sign of disrespect or a problem. In all honesty, it's I think it's weird of the darkening the skin, but
it's like me watching Sammy Sosa go from Spanish to white all of a sudden. Like,
wasn't it the other way around with him, or it was that he did?
It was that way around.
He
was
didn't he have like the Michael
brown
Jackson
skin,
thing though?
and then he bleached himself and went directly to.
For real? I didn't even know he did that, bro. He was dark.
He was super. That's what I'm saying. He literally did that. In fact, I just read an article about that where he's like resuming to playing baseball or something like that. I think they're retiring his jersey, and they had a picture of him, and he looks absolutely disgusting. So that's why, for me, when I see that, we're talking about.
Does he have the Michael Jackson thing going on?
No, he doesn't. He literally bleached himself.
That's crazy.
Yeah. So like for me, I don't know. I think
that's Sammy Sosa.
Yes, that's Sammy Sosa. Yep.
What?
Yeah. So that's why I think for me personally, it has to be. It's more appropriate to be yourself, man. Like don't change yourself for nothing.
This.
Oh my God. That look like
so weird.
That look like. Hey, which Jackson is the one that has the weird hair? Oh yeah, my sweet Jesus!
2 real pictures.
Oh my, that's crazy! I did not know. I had no idea. All right. Got bad news for you guys.
What?
Oh no.
Hooters is officially filing for bankruptcy.
Oh,
That's
I
right.
wanted this
The
one.
restaurant that built its empire on wings, beer, and dads who just got the boat in the divorce is on life support. Which leads me to think, if Hooters can't survive, then we truly are witnessing the end of an era. I mean, this place was a cultural institution in the 90s, a beacon of hope for men who just wanted to enjoy a plate of wings while receiving just enough attention to feel special, but not enough to cost extra. It was kind of like a strip club you could take your kids to, a magical loophole in family dining. But times have changed, and TikTok exists. If a guy wants to see a woman in a tank top, he can do that without spending $19.99 on mozzarella sticks. And that, boys and girls, is a big problem for Hooters. So what went wrong? First off, nobody wants to sit down in a chain restaurant anymore. People either want fast casual or fine dining. Nobody's pulling up to Hooters on a Saturday night like, you know what sounds good? Sticky menus and an awkward conversation with my waitress about my kid's baseball game. Then there's the competition. Twin Peaks basically came along and said, what if Hooters, but with actual effort? Better food, bigger portions, a more modern vibe, and servers who don't look like they're calculating in between tables how much they need to make rent. Well, that's all it took, folks. And let's be honest, Hooters' whole business model just doesn't hit the same in a world where every waitress could make more money live streaming themselves eating a cheeseburger. I mean, back in the day, Hooters was one of the only places where a man could get served beer and eye contact at the same time. Now, they can just open up Instagram and watch a girl aggressively licking a microphone to fill the void. You just can't compete with that. So if Hooters, the ultimate staple of the 90s, is struggling, what does that say about the entire restaurant industry? Casual dining is dying. Rainforest Cafe, an endangered species. TGI Fridays, flatlining. Red Lobster, hanging on by a Cheddar Bay biscuit. People don't want gimmicks anymore. They want actual good food, or at minimum, a place that doesn't feel like it was last renovated during the Clinton administration. So yeah, Hooters going under isn't just about one restaurant. It's a sign of the times. The middle of the road, themed chains are disappearing like a Blockbuster rental that never got returned. Go ahead and give this video a like. Don't worry, your wife won't think it means anything unless you comment, I missed the wings. Then you're on your own, buddy.
Yeah, so
As a fat guy, I must say, I only went to Hooters for one thing and one thing only.
Boobies!
Thank you. Dude, I never went to Hooters for food. Their food is absolutely trash.
Nah,
trash.
Hold up.
Listen,
They got some fire chicken, bro. I'm a chicken guy.
yeah, chicken breast.
Yes, sir.
Maybe chicken breast, but I'm just saying.
That's a clip.
You can't seriously sit here and tell me that Hooters, okay, it says it in their name, Hooters. That's the only reason we went when I was a kid. My dad took me once to Hooters. We sat at a booth. Little girl about this big. She couldn't even pass the booth, bro. And all my dad was, he just looked down, and all you see is this line. and my dad's like, son,
balloons.
That's what you're looking for when you get older.
the
line.
Balloons.
I'm like,
yeah, I don't blame it on Instagram and social media, and I don't think that that eating in and fine dining is dying. I feel like the older restaurants.
No, chain restaurants. You said chain restaurants are dying.
Agree.
And I agree with that.
I can agree with that. I feel like with Hooters, the biggest cause of death for them is Twin Peaks. Twin is not Instagram. It's Twin Peaks because Hooters are white girls, somewhat Spanish, and they got all top, no bottom. Twin Peaks is girls that are average and got all kind of bottom, and that's what's most popular. It's not even a joke. Like right now, I used to.
It's the truth.
I miss the days when I used to be able to drive down the street and see a group of white kids listening to rock or punk rock. Everybody's listening to this freaking Lil Uzi Vert and Sexy Red. And everything is all urban and hip hop now. Everybody wrestling. Yeah. I love
so
wrestling.
Butts are more popular than boobs because of rap now. That's crazy.
Yes,
that's a good point. That's a good point.
It's crazy. It's like, so now with Twin Peak having, like you said, the more modern vibe, the more modern look. And it's a lot bigger that, people, go there to watch sports. I watch freaking Pacquiao and Mayweather at that at a Twin Peaks. So it's definitely I feel like, to me, I was like, I can't believe Hooters still surviving. So the fact that they're finally on life support is I'm like,
Yeah.
good job, Hooters.
And I think the death of the chain restaurants also doesn't have anything to do with social media. I think it has to do with two things. First of all, the economy, and second of all, that they're tired, bro. Like we all went to all of those places so many times in the 90s and 2000s. I mean, Fridays, everybody went to Fridays all the time. And
oh my gosh, yeah.
So now that the economy is so bad, if I'm gonna go out and I'm gonna spend, I don't know, $80 on dinner and drinks, I am not going to the place that I've already been 30 times in my life. I'm going somewhere else. I'm going to find a sushi place. I'm going to find a steak place. I'm going to find
absolutely, I agree.
A niche thing. Those places have no niche either. Like, they got burgers, they got tenders, they got potato skins, but nothing. They're not known for any of those foods. None of them are that good.
Yeah,
like I said,
except Red Lobster's biscuits, bro. Like that's what the dude said. They're hanging on by their biscuits.
Cheddar Bay biscuits. That's what's kept them in business this long, bro.
I work at Costco and we sell the ones that you can make at home.
Yeah,
nah, bro, doesn't work.
And they're good, but they're not.
They're not Red Lobster good.
No. Exactly.
But listen, gentlemen, I have to actually go back to work.
Thanks for joining,
I appreciate you. No, I appreciate y'all. Thank you for letting me have the Hooter moment because that's the only one I wanted to be here for.
Peace
Later,
out,
guys.
Juan Pino, ladies and gentlemen.
All right, see you, man. All right, let's run your question.
All right, so what's something people spend a lot of money on that you don't understand?
Oh, God, so many things. Hey,
Dan, the man.
Did you hear the question? Oh,
damn. So, hey. I'm no good, ladies and gentlemen.
Can we hear you?
And I was on mute.
Okay, cool.
Hey.
Hey,
the man.
welcome. Everybody watching.
The
That's
timing of
the
everything.
lady, Diane.
Crazy.
Okay. Did you hear the
So
question?
no, I did not hear the question. I apologize. Can we repeat the question?
Yes. What's something people spend a lot of money on that you don't understand? I'll go first. This is one of the ones I'll go first with. So yesterday, our dog turned 1. So we did like a real small mini little birthday thing for him. Like the only outrageous thing outside of the happy birthday thing that we put by the kitchen table, we got him a little squeezy toy that was in the shape of a cake. That's it. And my girl went on TikTok to see how people are spending thousands of dollars on these parties for dogs. Like they have freaking they just have it a whole decorated. Just think of an extravagant party for a freaking elementary school kid, but for the dogs. I'm like, people must have mental health issues to want to spend this type of money on this. I just don't understand. But
the dog has no idea. That's all for you. Like that is all for the owner. That's it. That's it. Like I saw a thing a couple was talking about.
Pop cup and call it a day.
I saw a video. A couple was talking about that. Like they were tight on money when their 2-year-old's birthday was coming around. So they just waited a couple weeks and told him it was his birthday. He didn't know. He wasn't disappointed when they didn't celebrate his birthday. He was excited when they did. What's the matter?
You just reminded me of that couple who, just because they wanted to spend a lot of time and get their kids to bed before the countdown, they pre-recorded the New Year's ball drop at like 7 o'clock.
Yeah, that's right.
3, 2, Happy New Year. Put them to bed.
They don't even know what year it is. Like it's fine. They just want to be a part of it.
I think my answer would be clothes, man. Expensive clothes are just the strangest thing to me. Like there's certain items like jeans. Okay, spend some good money on jeans. Like they last forever. You're gonna have them for years and years, and good quality jeans will last. But
anything over $100 is insane to me.
Yes, right. But like and t-shirts, like people go and buy $30-$40 t-shirts because they got a logo on them. And I can't wrap my mind around. Like I refuse to wear logos. I don't know if you ever noticed. You'll never catch me with a logo on. I wear generic plain colored tees, and they cost $4.99 a piece at Walmart. They're easy to find, they're easy to clean. I mean, I'm not missing anything.
Do you want to know why that is? Begins with an A, ends with an A. That's all I'm saying.
I don't know what you're talking about.
Alabama.
Oh, man.
Oh, that's beautiful. I'm just like, I can do 40. I can understand and comprehend an $80 shirt, depending on what it is. I don't understand. There's stuff that are like $500. Like, this thing better be bulletproof. It better be water resistant. You know, it's like, I don't understand that. That's what drives me insane.
Yeah.
Dan,
I understand, quality normally comes with a little bit higher,
Yes.
You don't want your things falling apart, but there are some on the other side of the spectrum that it's a lot. Mine's
Ridiculous.
pretty similar jewelry. Like, again, I understand like the quality. You don't like your earrings. You don't want your ears to turn black, or like, rings, like really cheap rings, turn your fingers green and black. And like, so I understand not getting things, from Claire's, but I also don't understand why like women and like, especially and like the gaudy watches that are like thousands and like
like, why is your house on your wrist?
Exactly.
It's crazy to me.
Right. So I don't understand.
There was one video.
The appraisal value is crazy. Like,
and then they're shocked why they get robbed.
Like family heirloom. But,
couldn't have stolen your house if you spent the $200,000 on that, but your watch was sitting right there. All right, Dan, go ahead and do your question.
Okay. What sound or like noise immediately gives you nostalgia?
Oh my God. God, there's so many of them, bro.
My first answer when you said that was that I thought of was honestly every Eminem album puts me back. When I listen to every individual Eminem album, I am right back in the time that album came out. In my life, I can see myself. I can see the car that I was driving. I can see who I'm with. I feel the environment that I was in when I first heard each one of Eminem's album.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah, to me, it's
and
the
I think
freaking
music does that for a lot of people.
It does. To me, it's the coin sound from freaking Mario when he jumps up and hit the coin thing. I hear that, and I'm a kid again playing the Nintendo, blowing
anything from Nintendo, honestly.
Yeah,
like the dog from Duck Hunt.
All the noises from Duck Hunt, every single sound in Duck Hunt.
If I was someone who wasn't afraid of having a gun and shooting people, I would have been amazing because I was the man in Duck Hunt. Like my brothers used to cheat, put their freaking gun right on the screen.
Did you have the OG gun that was orange and not the gray one?
Yes. Come on, man. I was a monster with it.
Yeah. Those are hard to find now.
For real.
Mm-hmm.
I don't understand how that worked back then. Like what was picking up
the technology? Yeah.
Makes sense. That was a regular like what, how did Duck Hunt work? Or was it just like fake? Like did it actually not like would it just say you missed and say you hit?
There was no way. Trust me.
So how did that work?
I have no idea. That's crazy because I never.
Did you guys ever do the discs? I don't remember what they're called, but it was like a separate game other than Duck Hunt, but it was like on the same disc.
I never did. That's so crazy that you just
like
said
the clay disc.
The dog would throw the discs.
Yeah.
I've never. I wanted to so bad, just so I can go clear.
It was impossible because like they were so tiny, and then it would get smaller because they would be further and further. Oh man,
I probably would have been fired that game. Like my son is like I'm sometimes get afraid like this man might be like a sleeper agent or something because how good he is on like Call of Duty. Like a lot of people always show their skills with their big guns. He'll take the simple little shooter and he's just headshot, run through headshot. I'm like, what in the heck is it's insane
at this point.
I'm like, I was good at Duck Hunt, but I was never that. That was crazy.
Kids like that are the reason why I'll never play Call of Duty. That's it.
Yeah.
Dan, what about you?
I think since we all kind of aged ourselves, the dial-up tone, waiting for a connection of internet.
Yo.
I know Corey and I talked about this, but like, do you remember like when you had your PC speakers that were huge blocks that were next to your also huge monitor? If you were about to get a phone call or a text message, did you ever hear that interference?
That crackling,
like,
yes,
but it was only right before a phone or a text. Like, I will never forget. Like, oh, someone's about to call me. Like, even before my phone
that
rang.
makes no sense at all. The fact that
it makes sense with electro interference.
They were plugged in. Like these speakers were hardwired into the computers. There was no such thing as Bluetooth. This wasn't a wireless connection it was dealing with. There's no like receivers.
I think it's an old speakers. It's an energy thing. Like when I'm in the studio, when I'm on my phone and I'm near a speaker, the frequency goes stupid. So I gotta move it away and put my phone somewhere else so I don't hear it. So
that's weird.
Yeah,
that's weird.
Yeah, that's great. I just wonder how people figure some of this stuff out. It's insane,
right?
I don't even understand how a telephone works.
So when we were having that topic about the school doesn't matter, yeah, for the people who figured this stuff out, it definitely does.
All right, what is a popular trend that you just don't understand?
Hot sauce, spicy foods.
What?
Oh, I'm right there with you.
I don't understand.
I am right there with you.
I can understand people who like stuff that has somewhat of that spicy flavor or whatever.
Right.
But that's just your mouth is on fire and like, why? I don't understand. Why is it a thing? It makes no sense to me. Like it's crazy.
And how many challenges, like food challenges there are with like getting through the hottest wings possible.
People are so mad that I never go in like the one chip challenge. I've seen so many friends and people know I'm good. I'm good on that.
I got to tell a story. You talk about the super hot wings or whatever. I was in high school and I was trying to be real cool with my buddy, right? And we go to this wing spot and they got this sauce called 911 sauce. And you had to sign a waiver to get these wings, bro. That should have been red flag number one. It wasn't. So I'm super cool, right? I can deal with it. I get them. I take one bite. I'm like, yeah, all right, this is good. This is good. I take another bite. And suddenly I started sweating. My face got red. Bro, my lips swell up. I'm freaking out. I'm asking like, milk, do you have milk or bread? They didn't have anything, bro. So I get in the car. There's a Wendy's in the parking lot. I'm trying to get through the drive-thru. It's taking too long. I live 5 minutes from where I'm at. So I get on the road and there's this big old hose that's blocking traffic. And I'm waiting. My whole face is swelling up more and more. And I finally get home, bro. I'm in a stick shift. I drive into my front yard, drop the clutch. So I don't even have to turn the keys. Get out of the car, run in my house, and just chug milk out the carton and shove bread in my mouth.
Imagine if there was
mom's just watching me the whole time, no idea what's going on, bro. Like,
Mom, where's the milk? Oh, I threw it out. It was bad.
Anyway, that was my rant. Dan.
I don't know. It's not like a trend, but we all kind of agreed that we were all going to cancel cable because all these streaming services came out. And now there's like 800 streams, whatever.
Mm-hmm.
And now they're also all increasing their prices every 5 seconds.
Yep.
Like we were supposed to save money by canceling cable and not having to deal with commercials. And then Hulu's like, whoa, nope.
Exactly. Even the Disney...
and like YouTube TV now, like yep. I cannot. I don't understand. Like I'm against monopolies for sure, but like also there's too many. There are too many now, and they are getting way too expensive. And
that's like we're idiots. That's exactly what's happening.
Bro, Disney Plus's service, the most expensive tier that's supposed to come, it literally is like Disney Plus, no ads, has ads.
It does, right? It just has fewer.
Right. That's false advertising. It said no ads. That doesn't say some ads, a few ads, an ad every once in a while.
They only have
no ads.
but they only have their ads. You know what I'm saying?
Oh, true, true.
Yeah, it's just their ads. You know, you're not gonna get like a Temu. Temu.
Gosh, yeah.
So the trend
for sports now, and
the trend that I just can't understand, and its community is huge, and they are loud. So I'll probably get hate for this, but I cannot understand anime. I hate anime. I hate anime, and I'll tell you why. Because it's like every single anime I've ever seen, every moment is the most dramatic moment of every character's life. They are always screaming and they're always crying and someone's always dying, and it's always so much, so intense. I understand that people, you can learn life lessons, you can learn to be a man by watching Dragon Ball Z, and but it just I really like the sound of it, the concept of it. I don't understand it. I never have, I never will, bro. I can't.
That's fair.
That's great. You're done.
Yep.
I can't wait for these comments.
All right. Well, this has been a fun episode. We're kind of switching out hosts and everything, but it was good.
Yeah, it was.
Keeping everyone on their toes.
Thank you for joining us, Danny. Appreciate you. Thank you for everybody watching. Please like, comment, subscribe, share. Especially subscribe. If you're watching, can you please just subscribe? Just hit that one button. That's all you got to do. When you hit the bell if you want, that's cool too. But yeah,
just click it.
Thank you for everybody watching. You can catch us every single Friday at 3 p.m. EST on
the most prestigious network in the land, the Signature Series Network. I love it.